It was the day before Thanksgiving, 1971. A man walked into Portland International Airport, bought a one-way ticket, and under the alias Dan Cooper, boarded Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 bound for Seattle. What happened next would become the most famous, the most daring, and the only unsolved skyjacking in American history. This is the story of D.B. Cooper, the man who vanished into thin air. After takeoff, this unassuming man in seat 18C politely handed a note to a flight attendant. She assumed it was a phone number and tucked it away, but Cooper leaned in and whispered 7 words that changed everything. "Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." His demands were specific and audacious: $200,000 in cash, that's over $1.5 million today, and 4 parachutes. While the plane circled Seattle, the FBI scrambled. They gathered the ransom and the parachutes, deciding to comply to ensure the safety of the 36 other passengers on board. In Seattle, the exchange was made. Cooper released all the passengers and 2 of the flight attendants, but he kept the cockpit crew. His next command was even more bizarre. Fly to Mexico City, and fly low. The rear stairway stays closed. No tricks. The plane took off into a pitch-black, stormy night. Cooper ordered the crew to stay in the cockpit with the door closed. Somewhere between Seattle and Reno, over the dense, rugged forests of southwestern Washington, the impossible happened. Around 8:00 p.m., a warning light flashed in the cockpit. It indicated a change in air pressure. The crew felt a slight bump. They tried to contact Cooper over the intercom. There was no answer. D.B. Cooper had done it. He had tied the bag of money to his body, lowered the rear air stairs of the Boeing 727, which couldn't be closed in flight, and jumped into the freezing rain, 10,000 feet above some of the most unforgiving terrain in America. When the plane landed in Reno, the stairs were down. Cooper was gone. So was the money. He had vanished into legend. The largest manhunt in FBI history began. They had clues, his black tie and tie clip, left on the plane. They had the serial numbers of every single $20 bill he took. For years, nothing. Then, in 1980, an 8-year-old boy named Brian Ingram on a family picnic was digging a fire pit on the banks of the Columbia River. His fingers scraped against 3 bundles of disintegrating waterlogged $20 bills. The serial numbers matched. They had found $5,800 of Cooper's ransom. This find was both a breakthrough and a massive red herring. The money was found upstream from the original search zone, suggesting it washed down into the area. Did this mean Cooper never even made it to the ground? Did his body and the rest of the money sink to the bottom of the river? Or was this an elaborate misdirection? Over the decades, the FBI has considered over 800 suspects, from the similar skyjacker Richard McCoy, to a quiet, unassuming Northwest employee named Kenneth Christensen, to an ex-Army paratrooper named Robert Rackstraw, but no one has ever been definitively linked to the crime. So, what really happened? The theories are endless. Theory 1, he didn't survive. This is the most likely. He jumped into a freezing storm with no real survival gear, wearing just a suit. The wilderness would have swallowed him whole. Theory 2, he got away. The romantic theory. A master criminal who planned every detail, landed safely, and lived out his days in quiet luxury. But if so, why was none of the money ever spent? Theory 3. It was an inside job. Did he have help from someone who knew the airline's procedures and the 727's unique capabilities? In 2016, after 45 years, the FBI officially suspended active investigation of the case. The evidence, they said, had gone cold. The case file remains open, but the trail has vanished, just like Cooper himself. D.B. Cooper became a folk hero to some, the man who beat the system. But he was also a criminal who terrified innocent people. His story is the ultimate locked room mystery, except the room was 10,000 feet in the air, and the lock was the vast, silent wilderness. He is a ghost, a cipher, a name on a ticket that started a legend. We are left with only the wind, the rain, and a single haunting question that has echoed for over half a century. Who was D.B. Cooper?
Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb.